This is the lecture number 14 for the chapter Maximum Minima, class 12th, and we're discussing the exercise 6.5. And now let us take the question number 9, which has fx is equal to sin x plus cos x. As usual, find its first derivative, which is coming out to be cos x minus sin x. Put it equal to 0. So it will be 10x will be equal to 1, and the value of x will be equal to pi by 4. Now this is the critical point, and find its second derivative, which is coming out to be minus sin x minus cos x, and replace the value of x is equal to pi by 4 in the second derivative. This is negative, this is also negative. The total value of the second derivative is coming out to be negative. So we have local maxima at x is equal to pi by 4, which can be obtained by putting the value of x is equal to pi by 4 in the original function fx. Because the second derivative is negative, so we have local maxima at x equal to pi by 4. Now in the 10th question, we have fx equal to 3x square minus 4x plus 107, and the interval as given, closed interval as 1 to 3. Find its first derivative, put equal to 0, and find a critical point, which is coming out to be plus minus 2. Now the two interval are given, see in your NCERT book. One interval is 1 to 3, and the second interval is given as minus 3 to minus 1. So the value of x will lie in this interval, that is 1, 3, and the minus 2 is lying in the second interval, that is from minus 3 to minus 1. The two intervals are given. So first of all, check the local exact maxima, absolute maxima minima in this interval 1 to 3 by taking the value of 2 belongs to this interval, and the value of x as minus 2 belong to this interval. Now f1 replace in the first original function, f2 original function, f3, because the value of x is 1, 2 and 3 in this. So that we have absolute maxima at x is equal to 3 and absolute minima at x is equal to 2, which is coming out to be 75 and 89. Similarly, in the second interval, we find f minus 2, f minus 3, f minus 1. So absolute maxima is coming out to be 139 at x is equal to minus 2, and the minimum value is coming out to be 125 at x is equal to minus 3. So in this question, two intervals are given, and the two values of x are critical points you are getting. One is lying in the one interval and the second is lying in the second interval. So this is the question number 10. Now let us take the question number 11. Again, see it very carefully. We have the biquadratic function x raised to power 4 minus 62x square plus ax plus 9, and first derivative 4x cube minus 124x plus a. You have to find the value of a. First derivative at it is given, it is maxima at x equal to 1. So 4x, replace the value of x by 1 and put it equal to 0. You will get the value of a is equal to minus 120. In question number 12, again we have the closed interval. So you have to find the absolute maxima and minima in this given function in the given interval. So find its first derivative, which is 1 plus 2 cos 2x. Put it equal to 0, and you are getting cos 2x is equal to minus halves. And find these angles very carefully, because cos is negative in the second and the third quadrant. So minus half means minus cos pi by 3. For 60, cos 60 is equal to half, and to arrange this negative sign, convert this angle pi by 3 in the second, which is obtained by 180 minus pi by 3, and the third will be pi plus pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 and 4 pi by 3 is equal to 2x, then x will be equal to pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. Find these angles very carefully, because the cos is negative, which is lie in the second quadrant and in the third quadrant. In the second quadrant, it is obtained by 180 minus theta. In the third quadrant, it is obtained by putting 180 plus theta. So the value of x is coming out to be 0, pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, 2 pi. Replace these values in the original function, that is x plus sine 2x. Find f0, which is coming out to be 0. Find f pi by 3, which is coming out to be pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi by 3. Find the value of sine 2 pi by 3. It is 120 degree angle, which will equal to pi by 3, and add it. Sin f 2 pi by 3 as usual in the original function, obtain these values and you are getting the values of the function as this, and you can easily find which is the maximum value, which is 2 pi, and which is the minimum value, which is equal to 0. Now first of all we are doing the question number 28 because 13 onward you have the word problem based on the maxima and minima. Now y is equal to x square minus x plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. You have to find the maximum and minimum value of this function for all real number. Now because it is equal to y, arrange it and obtain a quadratic equation in terms of x. Now find a discriminant which will be greater than equal to 0. The discriminant will be b square minus 4 into a into c will be greater than equal to 0. Discriminant, this is a quadratic equation in terms of x. Its discriminant will be b square minus 4 into a into c. A is y minus 1, b is y plus 1 and c is y minus 1. Now greater than equal to 0, open this bracket, you are getting, you multiply the whole equation by minus sign, the singularity sign will change to less than, make the perfect factors of this quadratic polynomial. The quadratic equation is 3y minus 1, y minus 3. Now this will be less than 0 if either this will be greater than 0 and this less than 3. Greater than equal to 3, less than equal to 3. Now this will be negative if the value of y is greater than equal to 1 upon 3 and less than equal to 3. So the maximum value is 3 and the minimum value of this is 1 upon 3 of the given function. Now similarly is the question number 29. The closed interval is given and the function is x minus 1 plus 1 raised to power 1 upon 3. Open the bracket, this is x square minus x plus 1 to power 1 upon 3. Find its first derivative. You know how to find the derivative. Put equal to 0. You are getting the value of x is equal to half, which is lying in this interval 0 to 1. So find the value of the function at 0, half and 1 in the original function. You are getting as 1, 3 upon 4 raised to power 1 upon 3 and 1. So the maximum value is 1 at x is equal to 0 and 1, and the minimum value of this function is 1 upon 2, add 1 upon 2 is 3 upon 4 raised to power 1 upon 3. So this is the questions based on the maxima minima, which we have done either by using the first derivative test or the second derivative test. Now from question number 14 onwards, or rather 13 onwards, we have the word problem based on the maximum minima, and these are very important questions because generally you will get a 6-mark questions based on word problem of maxima and minima. So let us take question number 13. You have to find those two numbers whose sum is 24 and whose product is maximum. It means you have to break these 24 into two parts so that their product will be maximum. So let those two numbers be x and y. So what is given? X plus y is equal to 24. Now what you have to find the maximum value? The product of these two numbers should be maximum, that is x into y. Now because its product you have to prove maximum, so the second derivative of this product function should be negative. You have to do like this. What is given and what you have to prove. Now it is given the sum of the two numbers as 24 and its product you have to prove maximum. So you have to differentiate this product and find prove that its second derivative will be negative. So we have two variables in this function p. Find the value of y 24 minus x and eliminate y here. Find its first derivative. dp upon dx, put equal to 0, you are getting the value of x is 12. Find its second derivative, which is coming out to be minus 2, which is negative at x equal to 12. So it means its product is maximum when x equal to 12. So the first number is 12. The second number will be 24 minus 12 is again 12. So it means if we break 24 into the numbers as 12 and 12, then their product will be maximum. This is the method you have to do these types of questions. In question number 14, we have again two numbers whose sum is 60, and you have to prove that x into y cube will be maximum. So as usual, now eliminate x here. 60, the value of x will be 60 minus y. Put it here, the value of x 60 minus y. Find its first derivative, differentiate with respect to y, put it equal to 0. You are getting the value of y as 45 and 0. Because the value of y is greater than 0, it cannot be negative or 0. So the y is equal to 45. Find its second derivative of this function. We are getting this. Replace the x as 45 here. 360 into 45 minus 12 into 45 square. It will be negative. It means the product x y cube will be maximum at x is equal to 45. So the first number is 45. Then the second will be 60 minus 45. That we can break the two numbers as 45 and 15. Then the value of x y cube will be maximum. Now similarly is the question number 15. It is given that the sum of the two numbers is 35, and you have to prove that this x square into y raised to power 5 is maximum. So as usual, replace the value or eliminate one of the variable. So I have eliminated y by replacing the value of x. I eliminated x by replacing the value of x as 35 minus y in this here. Now differentiate it. You can differentiate. You take your own time. Find its first derivative with respect to y. Put it equal to 0. You are getting the value of x, y as 25, because the value of y should lie between 0 to 35, because the sum of the two number is 35. You have to break into 2. So the number which is lying in this interval is 25 only. So the x will be 35 minus 25, that is 10. Now find, you can use the second derivative test to find its maximum minima. I've used here the first derivative test. Take the value of x slightly less than 25, then the first derivative is positive. When you take the value of x slightly more than 25, then the value of first derivative is coming out to be negative. Now as the first derivative is changing from positive to negative, so we have local maxima at y is equal to 25, and because it is continuous, because it's a polynomial function, it is continuous, so we have the maxima at y is equal to 25, and the numbers are 25 and 10. You can use a second derivative test also. In question number 16, you have to divide 16 into two parts such that the sum of their cubes will be minimum. So let the two numbers be x and 16 minus x. We have to divide 16 into two parts. So let the first number be x, the second number will be 16 minus x, and the sum of their cubes is this, x cube plus 16 minus x whole cube, and both x and 16 minus x should be greater than 0. It cannot be negative. So find its first derivative, put it equal to 0. You are getting the value of x as 8, which is lying in this given interval. You find its second derivative. It is coming out to be positive when x is equal to 8. So we have local minima at x is equal to 8, and because the polynomial, this is a polynomial function, it is continuous in the interval 0 to 16. So we have exact minima at x is equal to 8, and the numbers are 8 and 16 minus 8, that is 8. It means that we can divide the 16 into two number as 8 and 8, then the sum of their cubes will be minimum. Okay, we'll discuss the remaining question in the next lecture. Thank you.